kind of satisfying to do. And not only that, he had a nice rectangle Scotch glass. On a night like so.
I like wine glasses, but I don't always have to be drinking wine.
Exactly. It's a very nice personal comfort, which is cool. You know, I had a lot of video ideas last night that I was proud of, all because of one decision. And it was weird because, you know, it's like, it's not a big decision, you know, but it has happened. And because I have done it, even if it was regardless, I feel better that I made the decision, with also getting rid of it moving forward. You know, once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, it's almost like what you think was gonna happen is kind of the opposite. Mm-hmm. But then afterwards, you'll see what other people be talking about. Like, when it's completely out of your system, that's when you're gonna want to smoke.
Sometimes I feel like now it's I'm not even trying to say I'm a veteran, because there's niggas that really were, but I could just tell and be like, the few seconds of not using it, just in the few seconds after like an hour of throwing away, you feel it immediately. Like, fuck, I don't have a vape. Damn, I don't got a vape. Usually you just puff it. Okay, that's it. You know, and it's so weird because you don't fight the voice yet. You're just kind of like,
yeah, bro, vape. What is that, bro? What is that, bro?
But that's not what this video is about, man. And now that I'm dropping another video, because I have the right to talk about the bullshit. That's what I want my channel to be about, bro. Bullshit that I just had to experience for no reason. I'll be honest. You know, things where it's just like, it will literally shake your fucking like world around. But today this isn't scripted. This is Love from RV. We got another video. Weird, something very weird, but I'm gonna take y'all in here slow. I'm not gonna do anything, you know.
Yeah, really get them into the atmosphere.
Yeah, and this has to do with work environment, and there's a lot of people that don't speak a lot on it, and there's some that do, but when you dig real deep and you get to like the really real weird stuff, you know, I didn't see more, I didn't heard more than I wanted to hear, right? So let me get y'all in here real quick. Man, it was rough. Shit, I don't even remember the year. It felt like 2020, even though it was 2023. And, you know, my mom had just moved. And this was just the time where I was like, damn, this is the time to be a little more responsible for myself. Be a little bit more, you know, focused on what I want while she's gone. You know, this is my first time away from my mother now. And it's been, of course, been times, I'm not a mama's boy. No, I'm not one of those. I'm just saying I miss my mother. And she happens to not be in my present. You know, that's just me being vocal about her. So, I was like, damn, nigga.
You ain't got a job? You got a girl? What are we doing here? We just gonna sit here in a sister crib? Just what life is for us right now?
No, like, absolutely not. We're gonna find a job, little nigga. Step one. Find a job. So I'm going wherever, honestly. I'm trying to find anything local. If you've watched my other videos, I've gotten fired from fucking Dollar Tree. I've gotten fired from Dunkin' Donuts. I've gotten fired at fucking Speedway. I've gotten fired in a lot of different fucking places. But this is the last video I'm going to make about work in general, because I'm just trying to get myself in a different mindset to be trying new things and making like my own job and making like my own money. I guess whatever that mindset may be for people. It's just noticing that a lot of the job economies aren't giving back, you know, with whatever opportunities they do have. Is some that maybe people do find they don't give back long term, not for people around our age range. So if you got something you want to just go ahead and throw out there, dog, go ahead and do it. You gonna always have the time to. Might as well make up for it. But regardless of that, taking my time trying to get back into the work field. 20, mind you. I'm comfortable as I ever could be. Finding my real comfortability, my space. So I sent in this job application to this little place I've never really noticed. But I was like, this is the only job that's really giving out an application. You know, I actually thought I had the cheat code doing this. It's a fucking GNC. What the is a GNC?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna talk to you.
Vitamin shop.
It's a vitamin shop. Not with 1P. Not with two P's and an E. Shop. When you look it up, right? I've never heard of this ever in my life.
Man, knowing it, the lore behind the scenes.
The lore.
Seeing somebody work there is wild.
So there happened to just be a GNC that's always been around me that I just never batted my eye at to. And I've only been there once for something very, very minor. And a GNC has vitamin shops for anything, I guess, gut wise. You know, I'm not going to get into all the little details, but it's mostly workout powder. Nigga, it's a fucking vitamin shop. Anything that you want to put in your body for improvement, it's there. But it's just not that good. You feel me? That's the issue. They don't have enough business, and it's kind of scammy worth. If you get my drift here.
I mean, if anything, the manager was so behind. I don't even know why he was still in the system and able to do anything.
Yeah.
They didn't have any products up to date. Then on top of that, it was like the employees he did hire, he treated them. Well, I'm not even gonna.
Anyway, started working at this GNC, and there's only about 2 employees. You know, I try to get a cheat code in. I'm like, it's a fucking vitamin shop. It should be easy to work at. I mean, how can you not sell this product? Of course, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Worst hell ever I could have encountered. But I go in there, and it's like a dude, and I'm a snitch on everybody. It's fair. And I don't even know how to explain this guy. I can't remember very
There's so
briefly.
much trump cards that we need to mention with him.
I will say my interview. Let's start the interview process, right? Warren, he's a very comfortable guy. I will say. I don't even know how to explain it without sounding like a dick. I would just say his productive matter was very garbage in keeping things in order, and I guess for a long time it wasn't in order. And you know, over time I started figuring out why his work ethic was so trash, you know. And the way he talks about employees, you know, saying, yeah, they're such good employees, you know, but you know, she's a little fat, you know, she's a little thick, you know, and I let her do whatever she wants. And I'm like, I hope you guys are getting the vision of what I'm getting here too, right?
Bro, tell them about the cameras.
I'm trying to, yeah, that's why I'm gonna get there. But I'm trying to get them on a base. It was various times where I've literally had to keep myself straight to keep a job. It was very vocal too. It wasn't like he was scared of it. So it was one situation, right? You know, I'm a smart guy. I've been in workspaces before. It can be toxic. It can be bad. There was only 3 employees though, so I didn't really catch that would have been a problem. And the way he was comfortable being like, hey, honesty is everything. You know, being trustworthy. You know, the regular bullshit thing managers say. We know what it is. Everybody knows, right? But I'm just worried about getting the job, dog. I'm just like, bro, we're all bullshitting here, right? It's a fucking vitamin shop. That's generally what I thought, you know. It was literally like me feeling like it was one of those black schemes. Everybody's black here. There's no way we all want to be working at a vitamin shop. So you would think there would be no problems around working here, right? Absolutely not the case. I ended up working there for 1 month, 2 months, mind you. My first week, I had got my first complaint by my manager for not coming in the earliest of day, because he mentioned that, you know, he had a ship in, right? And that's how this type of store runs. They get their ship in at a certain month and then they stop, right? It just really depends on how it all goes down. And they need help. it's a small fucking store. They only have one back room. There's not enough space for anything. That's really what I thought, and that's really more of my work of service, honestly, when it comes to like jobs. It's like storage or like messing with, you know, inventory, like shit like that. But I didn't mind learning about anything else. I mean, I'm a dude that needed to make the bread. But he was just making things unnecessarily difficult. You know, one thing, it would just be like really niche things, like, hey, you need to wash the counter of the things for the product, right? It's like, hey, now you need to wash it with soap. And it was like, hey, now move the snack bar, right? It was like they were doing like random designs for a store that has nobody in it, you know? And it was like any small thing they could do or tweak the store with, it's like they were trying to get customers, but they weren't understanding that it was Warren himself. Let me break that down a little quicker for you. Now, Warren, like I said, has the entitlement to think he owns the store. He didn't feel like he was being toxic to coworkers. That was his thing. And this is when I came up with my second issue with this nigga, right? Do you remember what my second issue was with this guy? When it was like, I think he was like talking to me crazy, and I ended up sending like an email to like the manager, because he was trying to have like this coworker love, like, oh, you got me and I got you, but I just started, my nigga, you know?
He was basically acting like your work wife.
Yeah, it was like a work wife relationship, or.
Pause.
And I heard to say that because I'm not gay.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
You can't be talking to me crazy and then think I won't confront you. So like, for instance, he had an issue with the way I left the store with a different coworker, the one other coworker in that bitch. And we have a group chat, this very small fuck group chat nobody responds to, because it's one of those group chats where it's just the manager complains about nothing. So I guess you know, you gotta print some fucking papers at the end of the day, you know, very important papers, so the manager knows what the count is. Everybody knows what the fucking count is. We're old enough to know what count is. So his printer is fucking garbage. Mind you, he's the only dude that runs the place. So when he runs the printer prints more than one paper. It prints like 20. So he'll complain about it through the group chat. Oh my God, so we're just act like we're not leaving stuff on the floor and I know no evidence. So, you know, I woke up that morning, I had to work, but I didn't have beer until the afternoon. Mind you, it's a few blocks away. I look at him like, let me pull up on this nigga. You only a few minutes away. You're across the street, bro. Let me just pull up. Let's talk. I want to know what's bothering you, bro. I go up there, gracefully in my PJs and hoodie. Hey, man. And he's trying to, like, act confused. Like, you know that thing people do where they, like, wave their arms? He's a very dramatic guy. You know that thing women do where they, like, wave their... Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, why are you here? Is there a reason why you're here? I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I just heard we had a problem. I mean, I was just trying to be a good coworker for you. I mean, I apologize if you thought anything was wrong. I was just trying to do my job, dog. You know, I was just, yeah, I mean, you just, you know, you only have to be here at a certain time. Just like, well, I just wanted to, you know, figure out what the issue was, bro. You know, I'm just making sure you're good. I wouldn't be a good coworker not to communicate with you. That would be stupid.
It almost seemed like he did not want someone to have a decent, honest response where they wanted to be a good person.
That's fair.
He seemed like he was surprised an employee could try to be good. Could try to want to be, you know.
Mind you, literally, just sent that text 10 minutes.
Employee.
10 minutes, and I walked straight up there, and I said, what's the issue? He got nervous, which... you'll figure out through the video that is a common thing with this guy. With that, he didn't really tell me anything. He was just like, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you come in. Because I was new. This is my first fucking week. My second issue with this guy, I ended up working. He was explaining my schedule to me, and you know, this guy he's very fucking funny now I think about it. So he basically told me that, hey, old girl not gonna be coming up here. So if you can just come up, because they're doing an audit. That's what it's called, an audit. It's like some type of inventory audit. And they basically search the store, make sure it's clean. Remember, you gotta take out expired products. You gotta put the new shit up there. You gotta put the old shit in the front, new shit in the back. And we did that prior. So he was just telling me like, hey, this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna take her day. Because he let old girl take the whole week off. The entire week off. Even though it was in advance, he knew he had this audit. But he made her and let her take the whole week off. Fast forward, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna need you here for 2 hours. I tell him, he asked me first time, I didn't even reply. I just didn't say nothing to him. He kept asking me all day, trying to be fun. Made me laugh with my jokes. Let's play music. Hey, you wanna come in? I don't know. I'm off that day, ain't I? I'm pretty sure I'm off. Just 2 hours, right? 2 hours. I go in, and the audit was not a big deal. My girl applied, and you know, his comments were very savorish. You know, for somebody who works at GNC, for him to tell me that he could take care of my girl being a gay man, I don't know. Whenever I watch this back, I wonder, is that disrespect? To tell another guy that either his girlfriend or not, that you could take care of her. Our deal basically was, if I stayed there for the 2 hours that he needed me to at least just check out employees while they did their own bullshit in this corner, and old girl was supposed to come at that exact time I was supposed to leave. That's what we put on the schedule. And I even told the dude there, because I'm like, I'm not finna sit here scared because, what, you're the manager? Fuck no, nigga. I'm not finna be in your scare tactic. So I was like, I see what he's trying to do. He wants me to sit in this chair scared to tell this manager, oh, I'm finna leave. Because why is that a weird thing to do? Why is it weird to communicate, hey, I have somewhere else to be and I'm not supposed to be here. I'm only here for 2 hours. I'm out, and that's exactly what I did. The exact same hour that I did that, bro. Right? Told him, hey, I'm finna dip. Oh, you're finna leave? Yeah. Oh, girl ain't here. You don't need my help. The dude himself even said, it's fine, bro. Go ahead. You only supposed to be for 2 hours? Cool. Fine. He didn't want to meet me. He was fine. The job isn't fucking hard. It's not. It's not hard, buddy. So, that same hour, bro, he basically just started harassing me. He said, who the fuck do I think I am? He was like, who do I think I am to just leave without helping, right? And I just had enough of it, dog. I was like, you know what? I don't know what problems you have going on. We communicated this very clearly. I don't know what problem you have. Finally communicating and getting rid of him, I found out some lore. Some very, very deep lore from both sides here. So because we didn't end up having a manager, because I mean it wasn't a big deal, but it was just a weird big deal. It put me in a very weird energy field and a weird space, because they had the guy here being toxic, but old girl was like secretly reporting him.
You forgot
but they
about
were
the
paying
complaint.
attention. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get there. You're the fucking manager. I don't understand. So with that era, of course, out the way, and finally communicating and getting rid of him, I found out some lore. Some very, very deep lore from both sides here. So because we didn't end up having a manager, because I mean it wasn't a big deal, but it was just a weird big deal. Of course, because there's no manager there, they had to replace somebody for the moment. So first it was this Asian dude that was with us, but then the main dude that was really giving us the real lore was this other guy. I'll just call him Shaggy. Shaggy give us some lore on Warren. We're sitting with the Lord. And the few things he tell us, he's like, oh, that's what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I've had the same problems with Warren also. Think about Shaggy. Shaggy's a bigger top manager. He's on his shit. He has a fucking
to 3 different
nigga. He has
stores.
5 fucking nigga. He has 5 stores, bro.
Oh, wrong number. Sorry.
We're talking to Shaggy, and Shaggy, because he does own 5 different stores, he tells us that, hey, I had these 2 employees that I'm telling him about, and he's telling me, yeah, I know those 2 employees. And the thing about Warren, you know, because he was a very vocal person, like I was saying earlier. He mentioned these 2 employees and thinking that they were homosexuals. I mean, a man has the right to speculate. Is it his business? Fuck no. But I guess, nigga, I don't know. I mean, he told me like I cared. I'll say it like that. And he was very infatuated in knowing, like, and giving me the details. Like, you know, it's those 2 guys that like touching up on each other and like playing and like tickling. You know those guys. You know, doing that stuff. They were doing a lot of that. You know, I think they might be gay. Yeah, that'd be crazy, bro. Wouldn't it? I'd be watching you. Huh? I would be watching it. You would be watching it with excitement. Excitement.
This nigga is old, mind you, to the point where he said back in our day, we didn't have to, you know, we weren't complaining about no paychecks being gave late and all that because he had literally not given him his first paycheck for 3 weeks.
But when I started like really putting the pieces together, and that these 2 guys were this dude's employees, and the way he was just like, they were having a lot of issues and saying that they couldn't even be together. He was very communicative about it, like on how 2 boys are. I understand what he was saying. They're young and they play around, but they know how to get their work done. And I think just around Warren, they just caught that energy, and it was a lot of weird energy, to the point where we got to the point where we were going around some more creepy shit, like about him having cameras in the store without like anybody's permission or notice. And I helped this nigga set the cameras up, dog. I literally remember putting up lights. I remember putting up and hooking up cords. Not even saying what they hooked up to. Just, hey, can you plug this up real quick? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. High places. And I'm like, at first, I guess I just didn't notice it. You know, you're just kind of like, eh. And not only did he tell me that, the audit before that we had, that he had cameras, he had them before, when the 2 boys were there. And he said he had to take them down again. Like, nigga, why do you have cameras? And
why did you put them up twice?
He put them up twice. He put them up when old dude was there, and then he put them up while I was there. I helped him put them up. Now his excuse was that people were stealing.
He did get stabbed,
Vlad,
right?
shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay.
But dog, it's a fucking vitamin store. I understand stealing and whatever you gotta do, but they're not authorized.
And this was one of those stores where you checked everything. I mean, you counted.
You had to.
You counted everything. You had to make sure everything was perfect, basically. Everything matched everything. Long story short, he should have just left. And it's so crazy. Let me get straight up, because I'm talking to my plant Maggie. Beautiful plant. While I'm telling this story, I did something to him that he may have not been able to get with any other employee. I swear to God, I'm being straight when I say this. Like, if I did not
have my regular conversation with this guy or just encountered him, he may have never left that job. Had his little problem with me, his own problem, mind you. You can have a conversation with somebody. Like somebody can literally have their own problem with you with themselves. He was having his own imaginary problems about me to the point where it was like, you know, I'm gonna leave.
I mean, he literally went in there every day, almost intentionally to piss off not only himself but everyone else. In
Managers. I mean, literally, like when he left his shit. He was petty. He wanted all his stuff still at the store, and then just being petty about that. Also, I can't come into the store. I think my mail's still in there. You ain't got no fucking mail, bro. This is not your crib, bro. Was you living here? That's how he was talking about this place, nigga. You was a squatter here, and nobody knew.
I mean, well, he did set up a lot of bullshit up in his store that wasn't their store that he
When you think about it, the way he was saying about wanting to house you, and then having cameras, and then he had his Alexa there, then he had chargers there, his car was in the back. Maybe. Anyways, this is just a message for anybody and to myself whenever I watch this video back and you construct it however the great way editing Marvin does this, because you're the man. To say in your 20s, man, keep this positive energy going forward through this work life, through this life, whatever life you're gonna choose, bro, and anybody else out there. Because no one should be able or have to deal with this going through no work field, man. You know how serious your life is, and you know what type of seriousness you need to put around it, and it's just that simple. So happy to make another video. See y'all next time, man.